The Reaper's Mark was a great idea when it first came out. I thought it was going to be insane for PvP, and it really wasn't, and that's because there's no incentive to use the Reaper's Mark. Even with the voyages that require it, people end up just going along to the islands, tapping chests, killing the mobs, leaving all the loot, and just doing it for the commendations so that they can get the cosmetics. The Reaper's Chest, on the other hand, is a great idea I've seen thrown around for a long time, an object that appears on the map that is going to be contested, but it can be better. Way better. And I want to talk to you guys about its problems and how it can be improved. The Reaper's Mark was supposed to push people together, make people fight, show that you were ready to fight. The Reaper's Chest is supposed to give you something to fight over. There are 5 problems with the Reaper's Chest that are preventing this from happening. I spoke to my stream about this to see what they think, and most of the people agree with me, and they give me some ideas that I didn't even think of. Let me know what you think in the comments below that are the problems with the Reaper's Chest. The first problem with the Reaper's Chest is often it will spawn in a shipwreck way too close to an outpost. This just makes it way too easy to pick up, go and hand in, and then move to the next one. The solution that I've seen from the stream and on Reddit as well is give the chests a delivery location, but make sure the delivery location isn't that same outpost and that there's a minimum distance required to hand these chests in. This is exactly the problem with the Reaper's chests, on how close they're spawning to the outpost. And the other issue on top of this is that the ship will spawn at that outpost, see it's there, pick it up, drop it in, and then leave. Just way too close. This leads me to problem number 2. And it's too easy to pick up, too easy to sail away with, and too easy to hand in. This is already a problem with existing loot. But if you know a ship is ahead of you, and they're jumping off to hand the loot in, you're just never getting up to them to be able to take it off them. With the Reaper's Chest, as soon as you see that pillar of light disappear, and you look at the map and you see how far away you are and how quick they're going to get to the next outpost, you just give up. So it just remains uncontested. Which right now, the only way the chests are contested is dependent on how many players turn up to the spawn of the chest. The solution in this lies in making it more difficult to pick up the chest to begin with. To spawn it with an event, with a Meg, a Kraken, a skeleton ship. You could have it swimming around with a Megalodon on board the skeleton ship, or the Kraken could be holding onto it. The Kraken would be just a static event that stays on the server until it's been done. The other issue here is that the game mechanics are too rigid when you're sailing away from another ship. Once the Reaper's Chest is on board a ship, you need to slow that ship down. It needs to go at least 20% slower than any other ship. It needs to not get any advantage from the wind. This will allow any ship within a reasonable distance to be able to catch up with the other ship. It means that you're not stuck with the rigid mechanics that are currently in the game. If you're on a sloop and you're sailing away from a galleon, you just sail into the wind and you're going to get away. That galleon is never going to catch you. Doesn't matter how hard they try, the sloop actually has a speed advantage. On the flip side, if a galleon is sailing with the wind, no ship is catching that galleon. The only time that you ever get any kind of chance is if you're in a multi-ship fleet, so that you can counter one or the other of the situations. I'm not saying that you should be able to catch any ship from anywhere on the map. It does need to be reasonable, so I don't want to see a ship slowed down by 100% or 1000% or whatever. It just needs to be a small enough debuff that it allows you some kind of hope in catching that ship up to begin with. Problem 3 is causing the upcoming problem 4. And problem 3 is that they're just worth way too many doubloons and they spawn far too frequently. A simple solution to this is just make them spawn a lot less frequently. Sometimes you can have 3 on the map. That's the most I've seen, although I believe I've heard there have been more on the map itself. With so many spawning at the same time, people don't bother to contest the ones that are moving. They just go for the ones that they can see. Problem 4 is about server hopping. This relates to problem 3 because what people will do is they will just continually server hop to find a Reaper's Chest that is close to an outpost. They have no problem with just handing it in and farming it over and over again. Players will always find the easiest route to farm something. Server hopping has been a problem since people were trying to hop for forts way back when the game started. It's always remained a problem, and the only way to really fix it is to lock a player to a specific server for a certain amount of time. Now, I don't want you to be locked to the server for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. I I want you to be able to avoid toxic players and get off that server, but I want it to be a long enough deterrent so that you don't just continually server hop. Make it long enough that you can go and make a cup of tea, come back, and then switch server. I know I've already mentioned this word in the previous problems. But number 5 is that it is left uncontested and it's just not fully desirable to everybody that plays the game. To make it more desirable to as many players in the game as possible, it needs to be worth something to each of the companies. It needs to be worth gold and rep. You also need to be able to hand it in to the mysterious stranger. To make it worth contesting, it needs to be able to stay on the map for longer. And that means whoever has it needs to hold on to it for longer for a specific reason. If you make the chest worth more over time, it will stay on the map for longer, and it will mean that more people can get a chance of taking this chest off of whoever has it. Additionally, on top of this, if you make it so that the Reaper's chest makes the rest of your loot on board your ship worth more, it will then be sold last, which means it will stay on the map for longer as well. Hanging around with the chest on your ship, doing nothing, or sitting around at an island, I know will be boring. So to make the chest worth even more by doing something, you can use the lights on the front of the chest. For each light on the front of the chest, a random event will spawn. You have the Megalodon, a Kraken, a skeleton ship, even a fort or a skeleton ship event could spawn. Once you clear this event, one of the red lights will then turn yellow. For each light that turns yellow, the chest will then be worth more. So in addition to having it on your ship for longer, these events that you complete will then make the chest worth even more. Finally, on the note of additional events spawning, when you hand the chest in, the last event, which has to be completed, will be something like a skeleton lord spawning at the end, and when that's completed, the skull will then go yellow. However, you don't need to hand the chest in, you can then keep it on your ship to make it worth even more. Those are my 5 problems and my 5 solutions with the Reaper's chest in its current state. Now, I really enjoy the Reaper's chest. I've wanted something like that in the game for quite a long time. I was hoping we'd get something with the Reaper's mark, but this is a nice addition on top. I just want it to be worth more. I want someone to see it on the map or see it in the distance and say, look, listen, I want that. We need that. Let's go for it. And I don't want just one person on the server to go and do it. I want everyone to go and do it. There's been times where I've been sailing around and I've had multiple Reaper's chests on my ship. I've done a voyage and people have just left me alone. They haven't even bothered because they've seen it sailing around. They think, I'm just going to swap server. I'm going to find an easier one that's spawned next to an outpost. I'm going to go hand that in and I'm going to carry on with my life. Let me know what you think in the comments below and how they can improve the Reaper's chest, what you'd like to see, or if you just don't agree with what I've said above. Like I said, these are my opinions. They're probably going to differ to yours, and I do have a different approach to games. I've been ToejahM. We've been talking about the Reaper's chests, and hopefully I'll take one off you in the future. All right! Now to go get my prize. It's gone! They stole it! No!